Romantic betrayal is like a sword slotted in the middle of the heart of the betrayed. Welcome back to True Betrayal Diaries, the home of real, raw, and emotional stories about betrayal, heartbreak, and the dark side of love. In this video, we'll share 2 true stories of couples, fiancés, and long-term relationships where trust was shattered and lives were changed forever. Stick around, because each story will reveal how lies can hide in plain sight, and how surviving betrayal can make someone stronger than ever. Before we begin, tell me in the comments, have you ever suspected a partner of cheating or trusted someone blindly? Let's see how many of you can relate. The Airbnb that revealed his double life. Emma and David had been dating for 4 years. They lived in Seattle, Washington, and had recently started talking about marriage casually. David was charming, funny, and attentive, or so Emma thought. David suggested a weekend getaway to celebrate their anniversary. He booked a cozy Airbnb overlooking the Puget Sound. Emma was thrilled. It seemed romantic and thoughtful. They arrived Friday evening. The cabin smelled like pine and wood, and the view was breathtaking. David insisted he handle dinner while Emma unpacked. As Emma put her clothes away, she noticed David's laptop on the counter. Normally, he carried it everywhere. Tonight, he left it open. Curiosity nudged her. She opened the browser. The first thing she saw was a hotel confirmation. The hotel wasn't the Airbnb they were staying in. It was in Portland, dated last weekend. Emma frowned. She opened his email. Months of messages appeared. Explicit photos, late-night texts, and a woman's name she didn't know. Nicole. Emma felt her chest tighten. Her hands shook. Her stomach churned. At this point, let me ask you watching. If you discovered months of messages on your partner's laptop, would you confront them immediately or gather proof first? Emma kept reading. Nicole and David had been together for nearly a year. They traveled, dined, celebrated anniversaries. David had lied about business trips. He had lied about weekends. Every long day at work was a lie. When David returned to the room, Emma was sitting at the counter, laptop open. He froze, then smiled nervously. Emma asked calmly, "Who is Nicole?" David stammered, said it was nothing serious, said it was a mistake. Emma didn't argue. She didn't cry. She packed her things. By morning, she had booked a separate flight home. David begged. He promised therapy. He promised honesty. But cheating isn't a mistake. It's repeated choice. Emma contacted Nicole. Nicole claimed she didn't know about Emma. She ended things immediately. David lost both women. Emma, however, began to heal. She later wrote online, "The Airbnb didn't reveal the affair. His lies did. I just had the clarity to see them. Sometimes the places we think are safe reveal the truth. And sometimes curiosity is the first step toward freedom." The anniversary gift that exposed everything. Lydia and Mark had been together for 6 years. They lived in Toronto, Canada, and had recently purchased a small condo together. Mark seemed perfect, attentive, funny, and supportive. Their anniversary was coming up. Lydia wanted it to be special. She bought him a custom watch she knew he'd love and wrapped it carefully, imagining the smile on his face when he opened it. The morning of their anniversary, Mark acted unusually nervous. He kept checking his phone, walking around the apartment, and offering vague excuses about work calls. Lydia brushed it off, thinking maybe he was just excited for the day. That evening, they went out for a romantic dinner. The restaurant was dimly lit, and the atmosphere was perfect. Mark suggested exchanging gifts before dessert. Lydia handed him the box. Mark smiled, opened it, and then froze. His phone buzzed. A text from Samantha. "Can't wait to see you tonight." The name sent a chill through Lydia's body. She knew the name from one of Mark's social media posts. It wasn't a co-worker or a family member. Something didn't add up. At this point, let me ask you watching. If you received a suspicious notification during a special moment, would you look at it immediately or wait until later? Mark fumbled with his phone. Lydia couldn't help herself. She glanced at the screen, and then she saw it. Samantha, messages, photos, plans. Mark had been cheating for over a year. Samantha wasn't new, she wasn't casual. She was his secret partner. Someone he met online before even moving in with Lydia. Every anniversary, every holiday, every romantic weekend. Some had been stolen with Samantha. Lydia's mind raced, questions, memories. Moments she thought were real, now tainted. She confronted him calmly at the table. Mark stuttered. He tried to deny it at first. Then he admitted the truth, Samantha. And he had been in a relationship while living with Lydia. They met online. They lied to cover their tracks. He had emotionally and physically committed to someone else while pretending to be faithful. Here's a question for you. Would you confront the cheater immediately? Or would you wait until you have proof? Lydia stood up. She asked for the check and paid quietly. Mark begged her not to leave. He promised therapy, honesty, and a fresh start. But betrayal of this magnitude doesn't allow a fresh start. It destroys the foundation of trust, love, and respect. Lydia went home that night and blocked Mark on every platform. She reached out to Samantha. Samantha was shocked. She hadn't realized Mark was living with Lydia. She ended things immediately. The next few weeks were hard. Lydia felt anger, grief, and confusion. She questioned her judgment. She questioned her worth. But slowly, she began to reclaim her life. She leaned on family, friends, and therapy. She wrote in her journal, "The anniversary gift wasn't what revealed the truth. It was my intuition, my courage to face it, and my refusal to live in lies." Sometimes betrayal is exposed in the smallest, most ordinary ways. A text, a gift, a notification. And sometimes survival is not about forgiving the cheater. It's about choosing yourself over their lies. These two stories show how cheating and lies can destroy relationships, trust, and even years of love. But they also show how people can survive, heal, and reclaim their lives. If these stories shocked you, share your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more real-life emotional stories every week. Which of these stories affected you the most? Let me know. We read every comment and your story could be featured next.